welcome back to Even the Waves. My name's Nate, and today we're gonna, hold on one second. Today we're gonna be reviewing the NV 2.0 by Kuat, as well as the pivot arm that you just witnessed work. If you have a van, a truck, or an SUV, this is the perfect rack for you. Now we're gonna go through all of it. We're gonna go through an overview, and then at the very end, I'll tell you exactly what my thoughts are after using this thing for 6 months. Okay, let's hammer out a quick overview. The first one is gonna be the Kuat NV 2.0, and the Kuat NV 2.0 is the actual rack itself. The actual rack itself weighs about 50 pounds. It can hold up to a 50-inch wheelbase of your bike, as well as a 5-inch fat tire. It can also hold a 29-inch tire like this one right here, and it can hold a 24-inch tire with a very cool adapter that you can put on there to smash in the tire and keep it secure. This can hold up to 2 bikes right now, but you can get an adapter that will hold 3 bikes or 4 bikes. Just know that each tray as it stands right now holds about 60 pounds. So you can have an e-bike, you can have something that's a little bit heavier, and you can put them on each tray. Now, when you start going to 3 bikes, it's gonna get a little bit less, and then when you go to 4 bikes, it's gonna be 40 pounds per tray. So you have 40 pounds per tray, you go down to 3 bikes, that's 50 pounds per tray, and then you do 2, and that's 60 pounds per tray. So if you wanna maximize the amount of weight that you can put on this tray, go ahead and put 2 bikes on, not 4. But if you're like me and you have a ton of kids, then maybe extending this to 4 and putting some kids' bikes on there is really not that big of a deal. So the Pivot V2 that you're looking at right here is essentially this bracket right behind me, and this bracket hooks up into your hitch. It has a safety lock on it so that it is fully secured with a lock, and then it also gives you the ability to not only put this 90 degrees away from your vehicle, but it'll put it 120 degrees away from your vehicle, which is insane. So this is super sturdy. It'll hold up to 250 pounds, and this is really ideal for van lifers, truck users, SUV users, and guys who just really want to get their bikes out of the way so that they can utilize the back of their vehicle. Really quick, let's do a feature breakdown. I think the features of this are really good. I think we're going to switch to a voiceover so that you can hear me just a little bit better, and we'll show you exactly what's going on as far as how to load these bikes and how to keep them on the rack without falling off. The NV 2.0 hitch rack is an incredible rack with a ton of features. The main highlights are that it has an adjustable front tire cradle system with a 20 to 24-inch wheel adapter. It also has a pivot that you could easily use with your foot or your hand. It has fully integrated cable locks which lock your rear tires. It has a front tire ratchet design with an intuitive release. The rear tire strap features co-molded straps to protect the wheels. This also has a hand-tight hitch cam system, which allows you to secure your rack so there is no movement at all inside of your hitch. This also has a hitch lock so that you can feel safe that your bike rack won't go anywhere. The trail dock is super useful for any type of bike maintenance when you are at the trailhead. So the Kuat Pivot V2 swing away hitch is incredible. This really allows you to swing away your bikes so that you can utilize the back of your vehicle. It has a flat lock hitch cam, which is much like the bike rack itself. The Pivot V2 has a max weight limit of 250 pounds. It swings out to 90-degree position or a 120-degree position. The Pivot V2 can be bought in either the passenger side swing or the driver side swing like it's pictured here in the video. Okay, let's load some bikes on this. To take it from the stored position to the flat position, you just hit the lever and go ahead and drop the rack down to its flat position. Bring your bike over, lift your bike up, integrate your bike into the back section of the rack. Go ahead and tighten up the strap. Then just go ahead and place the front tire cradle system. Loading your second bike is pretty easy. You just turn it the other way, load it the exact same way. Go ahead and secure your adjustable front cradle system, and then you can use the rear adjustable strap to go ahead and secure your rear tire. Really, it's that easy. Okay, that's kind of how I use it in the real world. Now we're gonna go through the trade-offs. Why you might want this rack and why you might not want this rack. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna talk about, which is the elephant in the room, is Kuat makes really nice racks. They're premium materials, premium quality, and you're paying a premium price. So this rack actually as is without the Pivot V2, which is actually gonna be $899. If you're gonna add the Pivot V2, that's gonna be an extra $450. So all said and done with this rack setup, you're looking at about $1,300. maybe even a little bit more, plus tax. So just know that you are going to be spending a premium price on this. That would be the trade-off. If you are looking for a budget-friendly version, this is not it. If you're looking for pro quality and pro longevity, this is the bike rack that's going to be for you. If you're looking for a bike rack to just throw on the back of your car really quick and just like go to the beach, this might not be that rack. But if you're hauling around $10,000 mountain bikes, this might be the rack you want because you want it to work 100% of the time and not fail. Some of the trade-offs are going to be that it is a little bit heavier than a lot of racks. It's not very lightweight. It is super durable, which means that you're really going to have the top quality stuff. And installing this as a single person, as one person, is really not that big of a deal, and I think is super easy. The last thing, one of the trade-offs is going to be is that a lot of these budget versions are not going to give you the security that you're going to need, which would be something more along the lines of the integrated bike locks. So it is going to be the top tiered version of any of these bike racks, but Kuat makes really nice racks, like I said. Okay, let's go over who this is for. So who this rack is for are mountain bikers, road cyclists, and e-bikers, or just hobbyists that are not necessarily just a hobbyist. They do a little bit more, want a little bit more security, want a little bit better product. This is going to be for you. If you have a truck, van, or SUV, this is going to be for you 100%. So who this is not ideal for is going to be like the occasional bike rider. If you just occasionally ride your bike and you need it to go to a place and you need to take it to the beach, this isn't that bike rack. So maybe look at one of another bike rack. I can leave a couple budget versions in the description below. So if you're looking for a lightweight version, this is probably not that either, but if you have a heavy duty bike and you need a heavy duty rack, this is definitely that rack. Okay, so what are my final thoughts about this system? So the Pivot V2 coupled with the NV 2.0 is incredible. I do think that this thing is rock solid. It is beautiful, and it does have the availability to expand and contract depending on how many bikes you're actually going to throw at it. As far as the Pivot V2, I honestly think that it is an incredible thing to have if you have a van. I think if you have a truck or an SUV, you can probably get away with just having the rack itself, with it kind of bending away from the vehicle. You could probably get away with that. But for me, having a van, swinging it out and have the ability to then open up both doors, I mean, nothing compares to that. Super nice. So if you do have a van, you might want to get this rack. So that's it. I hope you guys like this review. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. If you guys want to buy this rack, there is a link in the description below that'll send you right to the NV 2.0, and then I'll put another one down there for the Pivot V2. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so right here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.